Hello and welcome back. This video will be a longer one and something different than what I usually do. It will be kind of a traveling vlog about an event I visited last weekend, but I promise it will have relevance to the channel. It's about the second Budapest Comic Con event that took place here in Hungary. And after last year's success, it was no question that I would attend this one as well. It was a 2-day con packed with loads of interesting programs. With only a little backpack filled with the absolute necessities, I got up around 5 in the morning on Saturday, took the tram to the train station and got on the 6:30 intercity train to Budapest. What could have been a semi-comfy and relaxing travel turned into something really nasty. A homeless man snuck up on the train without any ticket and completely peed and soiled himself in the middle of the carriage. Apparently this is a thing nowadays. Some people know that the trains will not stop for about 100 kilometers, so they can't be asked to get off immediately. The whole carriage was grossed out by the smell. Don't get me wrong, I do have sympathies with the less fortunate, but not when they do foul things like this to the expense of others. And the most infuriating thing was that when he was finally asked to get off at the only stop till Budapest, I've seen him leave the train, but in the Keleti train station, I literally saw him again, which means that he either snuck up on our train again somehow, or on a different one going on a parallel line to Budapest, which is insane. The con itself was held in the Bok Arena, which is only about 15 or 20 minutes by foot from the Keleti, so public transportation was not necessary. I made the reservation in a hotel nearby. The Keleti was kind of halfway between the arena and my accommodation, so I had some good walks both days. On my way to the venue, I encountered something that seems to have become part of these cons: the hyenas. There are people positioning themselves along the road that the con attendees will be arriving, and they portray themselves as agents of several charities that collect donations for said charities. They prey upon unaware con-goers to scam them out of their money, as they usually dress just like the con organizers, with neckbands, with their IDs looking like accreditation cards for the con staff, etc. but they had nothing to do with the event, they just pretend to do so. They are really predatory, like hello there fellow geeks. People, please stop giving them money, none of them goes to charities, if they even exist. I was not really fond of the venue itself, as it was involved in a controversy last year during the biggest summer anime con called MondoCon. They seemingly underestimated the attendance, and after a point they refused to let people in due to security reasons, as the arena has reached its maximum capacity. This resulted in a myriad of complaints from attendees who either traveled from hundreds of kilometers afar, oftentimes with already prepaid tickets. And as the crowd grew larger and larger, there was even a surprise rainstorm which caused a huge panic because people were trying to take shelter from the rain, almost stomping all over each other. Luckily, I made it in that time, but many were not that fortunate. So with this in mind, I was nervous about this Comic Con, as this was expected to be an even larger event, attracting a lot more fandoms, which could have potentially caused similar events. Waiting in a line and entering the building didn't really take that long. I have to give them credit where credit is due. However, once we got to the main corridor which separated the two large halls, it was already so crowded that you could hardly move. For some odd reason, the crowd quickly dispersed into all the events and the venue seemed less suffocating. I did a quick look at all the halls with all the stages and vendors, just to make sure to find everything later. In the main corridor, right at the entrance, the Hungarian armed forces had their table with some tall, handsome, smaxy soldiers doing God's work. I mean, promoting the army life and enlistment. Gentlemen, thank you for your service. There was a booth dedicated to 3D art and printing, which was really interesting. We talked a bit with one of the shop owners about design types and their features, and we exchanged contacts. This is where all the signings and meet and greet events took place later. The event itself was very family friendly, and many parents indeed brought their kids along. There were several programs created just for them, emphasizing responsible gaming in the family, understanding this hobby so that it does not create friction between the family members. I think this was really useful, as there are so many misconceptions about video games or gaming in general. This was the booth for the company Dremel, which specializes in craftsman tools that are used by many in the figure painting community as well as crafting cosplay costumes. They showcase many of their tools and products, and as you can see, people could even try them out. The program promised a lot of national and international talents as guests, seemingly none of them as prominent as last year's John Rhys Davies though. He's a legend and he had an amazing panel which was such an honor to be part of. One of the more well-known actors or actresses was Natalia Tena, whom you might all remember from the Harry Potter franchise as she portrayed Nymphadora Tonks. She was a fun and bubbly person and had an interesting interview and Q&A, which you can watch now in its entirety.
20 perc beszélgetés, és utána lesz lehetőségetek nektek is kérdezni, úgyhogy ne tartsátok magatok a kérdéseket. Give it up for Natalia!
Hi guys, hello. Thank you for coming to see me.
Yeah, whichever you like, and Katsu will do the interview.
Is it cool?
Yeah, they're merch. Do you want to give it to somebody?
I want it myself.
Oh, okay, then that's yours. And the stage is yours. Give it up for Natalia again. Natalia Tena on the big stage.
Hello.
Hi. It's really great to have you here. How do you like Budapest? Have you been before?
Yes, I was actually here filming in September and August, September, and I loved it. There's a beautiful cemetery nearby that I went to look at, and I spent my day off there. It's a beautiful city.
Itt voltam augusztusban, szeptemberben kivettem az időmet, forgattam, és nagyon élveztem, hogy őszén város.
Okay, so you mentioned that you did a shoot, a movie, but you're also doing music.
Yes.
So what inspired you to go for these kinds of careers? So, like to chase a career in both, like movies and music.
Shall I wait for him?
Go ahead, listen.
So I've always wanted to do music. I started playing the piano when I was 5, and acting just was something I fell into. But it's quite good to have two things to do. So when one falls through, you've got another job happening.
5 éves koromban kezdtem el zongorán játszani, a színészkedés csak később jött olyas valami, amiben csak úgy belekezdtem, de mindig jó volt valamivel elfoglalni magam.
Is that too long? Is that okay?
So how do you balance your passion between these two things?
Say it again?
How do you balance your passion between acting and music?
I mean, to be honest, acting is the thing that takes more of the focus. It's very hard to do both, because music books a year in advance, and acting, I could do an audition next week, and I have to go to Budapest, for a month, so it's hard.
Hogyan egyensúlyozza ki az életét a zene és a színészkedés között. Nos, a helyzet az, hogy a színészkedés veszi a legtöbb időmet, főleg azért, mert a zenét lehet előtervezni, míg a színészkedés esetében néha úgy vagyok vele, hogy el kell jönni Budapestre emberek közé.
Okay, so a lot of people here probably know you for your role in the Harry Potter movies. How has, or what has been your most memorable experience from playing in the Harry Potter franchise? Do you have anything that stands out?
Being on a broomstick. I remember that day very well. It's moving. On my first day on set, before we started filming, they did a plaster cast of my arse, so I could sit comfortably in the broomstick. I remember that, and I thought it was very funny.
Mindegyen ismerik, hogy Nymphadora Tonksot játszott a Harry Potter univerzumban. Van-e olyasmi, ami kiemelkedő emlék ebből az időből? Igen, amikor először ültem fel egy seprényére, ugyanis az első nap, mielőtt elkezdtünk volna forgatni, akkor kézre öntötték a fenekemet, és úgy kényelmesen ugye fülnékeztem a seprényen.
How did that experience shape your acting career?
I suppose, because before Harry Potter I was doing a few bits and bobs in films, and I've done a few films, and I was doing a lot of theatre. Harry Potter, what it did is it opened doors to bigger auditions. Every job you hope does this.
Hogyan formálta a karrierjét a Harry Potter? Mielőtt a Potter univerzumban dolgoztam volna, apró szerepeket kaptam filmekben, illetve színházban játszottam. A Harry Potter szerep azt segítette elő, hogy ajtókat nyitott meg előttem.
Okay, so another picture that we have up there, and you can see it over there as well, is your Game of Thrones character, who is one of my favorite characters from the series. So what drew you to that role? It's like a really different character from like Nymphodon Dots. So what drew you to that role?
I got the job. I mean, a lot of people think that actors have a lot of choice, and as an actor, the choice that you have really is whether you do the audition or not. You can say no and don't do it, but you're basically saying yes to the job and hoping to get it. So I got the job.
Egy másik szerep a Harry Potteren túl a Game of Thrones-ban Hósa karaktere, aki Kaszi egyik kedvence az egész sorozatból. Mi vonzott ide, mi vonzott erre a szerepre? Azt, hogy megkaptam a munkát. Színészként nincs sok lehetőségünk, az ember azt teheti, hogy elmegy a meghallgatásra vagy sem, és utána reménykedik, hogy megkapja a munkát.
This man is amazing. Yes!
I'm trying.
Okay, so how does someone prepare for a role like that, like for a wildling?
Every job is different, and how you prepare. But I tend to think of physicality, but with her, I was like, what animal is she? And I thought of raccoon. How do you say raccoon in Hungarian?
Mosómedve.
Mosódra.
Mosómedve.
Mosómedve.
Medve. There you go.
That's Osha. Mosómedve.
Szóval a kérdés az volt, hogy hogyan készült a szerepre. Nos, minden színészi munka különböző. Most esetében a fizikalitása volt az érdekes, és azon kezdtem meg gondolkodni, hogy milyen állat lehető, és ő nem más, mint egy mosómedve.
So you mentioned that, like, basically, it's not you who chooses the job, it's the job that chooses you,
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah.
So what are some challenges that you faced as a female talent in the entertainment industry? Do you think that you have a harder job as a female, like, actress in the entertainment industry?
I definitely think women have it harder than men, 100%. It's getting better, but you know, especially now that we're doing things in terms of self-tape, auditions at home, because of the pandemic kind of made that. It's definitely changing. I'll let you do this.
Beszélt arról, hogy nem a színész választja a munkát, hanem a munka választja a színészt. Milyen kihívásokkal kellett megküzdenie női művészként, vagy színésznőként? Az a helyzet, hogy a nőknek 100% biztos, hogy nehéz dolguk van, amikor ezen a pályán helyezkednek el. Ez egyre jobb a helyzet, főleg azért, mert a járvány miatt otthon fel tudjuk venni magunkat, és meg tudjuk csinálni a felvételeinket, de ettől függetlenül a munka mégis is nehéz.
Yeah, so as a woman, when you do self-tapes, now I'm expected to be a makeup artist and a camera woman and lighting and technology, which I'm fucking terrible at. And I've noticed that I get recalls when I've got nice makeup on, and I'm like, it's still double standards, definitely. And it's the way of the world, but it is changing. I think slowly it is changing. There's more roles that are opening up for all sorts of ages and ethnicities and everything, I think, from what it looks like.
És mivel saját magam csinálom a szövegeimet, ezért valamilyen oknál fogva elvárják tőlem, hogy sminkes is legyek, hogy értsek a világításhoz, a fényeléshez, a technológiához, amiben borzasztó vagyok. És azt vettem észre, hogy akkor hívnak vissza, hogyha például jól sikerült a sminkem, és persze ez azt jelenti, hogy még mindig kettős mércét alkalmaznak a nőkkel szemben. Ez persze változik, javul, egyre szélesedik az a kor, az az életkor, amikor embereket elfogadnak szerepekre, illetve egyre újabb népcsoportok is bekerülhetnek.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. How did the pandemic change your life and your chances in acting? Did it make it easier to get into roles? Did it make it harder?
I mean, the pandemic just meant the system of self-taping at home was pretty regular, but now it's like everyone does it. Like now, I've been to an audition in person twice since 2020, which is it's very hard now. So that's the big change.
Hogy változtatta meg a járvány a színészi felkészülés programját? Az a helyzet, hogy nem mondhatnám azt, hogy nehezebb vagy könnyebb lett, inkább arról van szó, hogy a saját felvételek elkészítése vált lényegében teljesen elterjedté, ami azt jelenti, hogy 2020 óta kb. 2-szer voltam személyes meghallgatáson.
So do you have any pre-acting like rituals that you do?
Well, I love running. So, yeah, like running and going to work running. And the job I'm doing at the moment, I'm filming Bilbao, and I walk to work every day and walk back. So it's like altogether like 3 hours. And it kind of, I need exercise basically before getting to work, because also you can learn your lines and you can relax and yeah.
Vannak rituáléi, amiket szeretnék használni. Imádok futni, arra jöttem rá, hogy szükségem van a testgyakorlásra. Így aztán előfordul az, hogy futva megyek forgatni, vagy onnan jövök haza. A mostani forgatásomnál például az a helyzet, hogy napi 3 órát töltök az, hogy eljussak a helyszínre, majd haza. Ami azért is jó, mert például közben meg tudom tanulni a szövegemet, és egyszerűen csak tudok kapcsolni.
So you mentioned playing in theaters, and you obviously have your band. Which do you prefer, like acting in movies and in movie sets where they record you, or like the live performance in front of like an audience?
It's very different. It's very different. One is full of adrenaline. I mean, they both have adrenaline. There's something. When you do theatre, it feels like the shared experience like we're having now. And that is like very alive. I'll do this bit.
Thank you. Tudjuk, hogy nagyon szeret színészkedni, illetve ott van a zenei karrierés a zenekarával. Melyiket szereti jobban, amikor felveszik és megjelenik egy filmben, vagy pedig az élő előadás mondjuk a zenekarral. Nagyon különböző, de nagyon hasonlóak egyszerre. Mind a kettő tele van adrenalinnal. A színház azért érdekes, mert osztott élmény, tehát másokkal együtt éli át.
Whereas a filming, it's so exact, it's like walk to here and then cry, and then look over here, but be careful of the light. It's so technical, it's very different to just being on stage.
A filmezés pedig nagyon pontos. Egy helyre oda kell menni, majd sírni, majd jobbra fordulni. Az egész nagyon technikai, nagyon pontosan ki miért kiszámított.
Yeah, both. I mean, I want to do both. I'd love to do theatre, film, and also theatre. It pays nothing in England. It's bad. It's bad money, really bad. So you need to do the film to be able to survive doing a play.
És ezt tegyük hozzá azt is, hogy a színház szinte semmit sem fizet Angliában, ami azt jelenti, hogy filmezni kell ahhoz, hogy megengedhess magadnak, hogy színházban dolgozz.
Looking back at your career, what has been the most valuable lesson that you've learned? I'm giving you like really tough.
Mi volt a legfontosabb lecke, amit megtettem a karrierje során?
I keep learning different lessons with every job. I mean, overall, how to manage panic.
Minden egyes munka, amit megkaptam, újabb és újabb leckékkel szolgál.
Excellent.
A legfontosabb a pánik és a szorongás kezelése.
Are there any upcoming projects that you are excited about and you can talk about? I don't want to spoil anything.
I don't know if I can talk about it. The one I'm doing now about it's the second film of an existing Spanish film that did really well. I don't know if I can say anything.
Okay.
I'm sorry. And there's a few other projects.
It's okay. I don't want to ruin anything. So, yep.
Szóval vannak-e olyan projektek, amiken most dolgozik, illetve beszélhet róla. Igen, a Babao második része, egy létező franchise, spanyol franchise második része, de nem tudom, mennyit mondhatok róla, úgyhogy inkább semmit.
I'm sorry, I'm really enjoying this and I want to like...
Ask them some questions?
Yes, I have just like one last and then I will give you to them. So I've seen a couple of videos of you at Comic Cons dedicating and like interacting with the fans. What is the thing that you enjoy the most in these events?
Yeah, I like the signing. And I really love that now they've started doing selfies at the desk. There's something about the photos, the photo shoots, it feels really fast and it feels like, it's like what's happening? Whereas when you're at the desk, you take a picture, I don't know, you feel closer. So I like that bit.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure that the people here have questions.
Yes!
So if they do, now is the chance.
The first person to ask gets this.
Aki az első kérdésről teszi, már meg is kapja az ajándékot.
Oké, szóval le fogunk menni a mikrofonnal, körbe fogjuk vinni, bátran mindenki tegye fel a kérdését. Aki megbízhatónak érzi, ott vinni fogjuk mikrofont. Aki megbízhatónak érzi az angolját, az felteheti angolul. Aki nem érzi megbízhatónak az angolját, az bátran tegye fel magyarul, és majd mi itt fordítunk. Úgyhogy kérdezzetek bátran, illetve mielőtt belevágunk, szeretném elmondani, hogy ugye 1 órától lesz a dedikáló session, aztán 14:45-től lesz a fotós session, és a fotós session után közvetlenül lesz még egy dedikálás, úgyhogy ha valaki esetleg lemaradna az elsőről, akkor visszajött a másodikra. I just wanted to let them know that you are going to do another signing session after the photo shoot. Okay, so who is going to be the first one?
Yay! Have some glasses. Yeah.
Thank you, Budapest. Hi. And in Harry Potter, technically, how you manage?
You can say it in Hungarian if you want, and you can translate.
I try it. I say it Hungarian if somebody. Okay, inkább mondom magyarul. A Harry Potterben hogyan oldották meg technikailag a haj színváltozást? Igazából milyennek volt rajta valami paróka, vagy valami blue?
So the question is, in Harry Potter, when you were playing in Fedora, how did they figure out your constantly changing hair color? Was it a wig? Was it CGI?
It was they had wigs, so they had 3 different wigs, but I think they ended up using a lot of CGI in the end. Like with the red, they did the CGI.
3 különböző parókám is volt, de a végén rengeteg technikai effektust használtam.
Yeah. So, I wish I'd had more hair colours, it would have been great.
Bár nem van több hajszínem.
It's okay, just go around them.
Terveznek-e Magyarországon koncertezni a Molotov Jukebox-nál?
Are you planning to come to Hungary to give a Molotov Jukebox concert?
No one's invited us yet, but I'd love... I think we might have played here, I can't remember, but I would love to. I would love to play with you guys, I'd like to drink Palinka with you guys afterwards.
Ugye még senki nem volt itt, de nagyon szeretnék játszani. Én néhány párokat és így tovább.
Hi Natalia, I'm Martin, and I want to ask you, outside of the roles that are, let's say, more iconic in this Comic Con environment, what would be one of the movies that you say is your best, either because you like the movie or you like yourself in it, you say you pull it off well and you would recommend it? Thank you.
A kérdés tehát az, hogy az ismertebb szerepeink kívül van-e olyan film vagy olyan szerep, amire különösen büszke, vagy saját maga miatt, vagy pedig a film miatt?
So, there's a film, a Spanish film, called 10,000 Kilometers, that is I basically got a cinematic family from that. I fell in love with the whole group, I've worked with them twice, I might be working with them again, and I worked in Barcelona. It was just the whole film and making it was amazing. So that one.
Az egyik egy spanyol film, aminek a címe 10.000 kilométer. Itt lényegében egy mozis családot kaptam, imádom az egész csapatot, akivel dolgoztunk együtt, talán még később is fogunk. Igazából egymásba szerettünk, és nagyon szeretnék megint Barcelonában dolgozni.
And in that same summer, I had a great summer that year. It was like 10 years ago, nearly. Another one is Super Bob. So I did Super Bob and 10,000, and those two, there's a special place in my heart for them.
És ugyanezen a nyáron, ez egy nagyon jó nyár volt, igaz, már volt vagy 10 éve, de akkor csináltam a Super Bob című filmet is. Mindenket nagyon szerettem.
Hi Natalia, I'm Mimi, and it's a very basic question. I think many of the fans ask it, but what kind of patronus you think will appear for personally to you, Natalia?
A mama, what is it?
The question is what kind of...
Raccoon? How do I say raccoon?
Oh, mosoly medve.
That one. Eating in the bin, you know? Yeah.
Ez lenne a patronusa.
Szia Natalia, az én kérdésem az lenne, hogy a Harry Potter forgatása előtt mennyire ismerted a sztorit, illetve a te karakteredet, amit végül ugye eljátszottál.
So the question is, before you started shooting Harry Potter, how much have you known about the world and the character?
Nothing.
Semmit.
Like, I thought it was a film for kids. I didn't, and then I thought Voldemort was a country. So I didn't know, and then I got it and I became obsessed and I read all of them, and I watched one of the Harry Potter films every Christmas. Not one I'm in, usually one of the first four.
Válaszolsz, hogy semmit. Azt hittem, hogy ez egy egész gyerekfilm, másrészt pedig, hogy Voldemort egy ország, de persze, hogy elmentem a szerepet, akkor teljesen ráfügtem, és azóta is minden karácsonykor megnézem valamelyiket az első 4 film közül.
Azt szeretném kérdezni, hogy a The Mandalorianban te alapvetően egy ellenséges vagy elég rossz magatartású karaktert játszottál, viszont alapvetően az életben meg nagyon életvidám és optimista vagy, legalábbis amit így eddig hallottam, és ezért az a kérdésem, hogy nehéz volt azonosulni ezzel a karakterrel?
This is a fantastic question.
Did he get a prize? Can we give him a prize? You win a prize for a very long and amazing question. There you go.
So the question is, in Mandalorian, you did not play a protagonist, you played more of an antagonist character.
Yes.
And that character had a really bad behavior.
Yes.
However, in real life, you're an optimistic, cheerful person.
Sometimes, yes, sometimes.
So how hard was it to identify with that character?
Oh, I mean, she's angry, and you know, I'm a woman living in the patriarchy. I think all women have a bit of rage in them, and you just have to channel that.
Az a helyzet, hogy nő vagyok, aki egy patriarchális társadalomban él, úgyhogy úgy gondolom, hogy minden nőben van egyfajta düh, és én nem csináltam mást, mint ezt a dühöt próbáltam becsatornázni a szerepben.
Yeah. Helps. Oh no, it's not good. Sorry, I've been sitting down. I feel like I should be standing. It's a good idea, isn't it?
Hi Natalia, I'm Pete. Hi. I was wondering if Emma Watson is as annoying in real life as she is in the movies.
A kérdés az, hogy Emma Watson a filmekhez hasonlóan, a filmbeli Hermionéhoz hasonlóan idegesítő karaktere.
I didn't get a lot of time with her, but what I met of her was she was a lovely lady, like lovely, so sweet. They were all sweet. They were all lovely, and that trickled onto set. It was a lovely set because the lead people and the director were just nice people.
A helyzet az, hogy ugyan kevés időt töltöttem vele, de egy nagyon-nagyon kedves ember, ő is, és az összes többi főszereplő is, a rendező is, és ez így szépen áthatotta az egész forgatást.
Hi, I want to ask which Harry Potter book is your favorite?
The last one. I loved it so much that when it came out, I was meant to go see my friend's play, and I lied to her. I just said, I'm sorry, I'm sick, and I just stayed home and read the whole thing anyway. I thought it was, maybe it's because I needed it the most. I don't know, does that make sense? Because I wanted to know what the fuck happened.
kérdés az, hogy melyik Harry Potter film a kedvence, és a válasz az, hogy az utolsó, amire úgy éreztem, hogy szüksége van, hogy lezárást kapjon a történethez. Úgyhogy el kellene mennie a barátaimmal találkozni, de hazudok nekik, hogy befejezhesse a könyvet.
Any more? Done? We're done.
I don't think so. I've seen a couple of people do that.
Oh, wow, you look amazing.
Oh, thank you very much.
No, don't be.
Igen. Én azt szeretném kérdezni, hogy a Trónok harca alapvetően egy elég nyers és szabad sorozat, hogy mennyire nehéz egy színésznek felvenni, vagy elkerülni ezeket a nagyon kínos dolgokat, tehát hogy mennyire tud bőrt növeszteni hozzá, hogy egy ilyen szerepet olyan jól eljátszon, mint a Natalia.
So the question is that in Game of Thrones is, we know that it's a quite raw, quite, she used the word free, I guess, series. The question is, how difficult is it for an actor to avoid situations bad, to get into bad places? How important it is, and how can you grow a thick skin to survive in an environment like this?
Sorry, I don't understand. Like in criticism, you mean?
I guess that's one.
Do you mean criticism? Oh, yeah. Just don't read reviews. Like an actress told me this. Like my first job doing theatre. Don't read them, because if they're good, you're going to get arrogant and it's not going to help. And if they're bad, you're going to be crushed.
És ne olvasson kritikákat, mert ha jók, akkor az ember arrogánsá válik tőlük, ha meg rosszak, negatív kritikákat kap, akkor pedig összetöri őt.
Yeah, I mean everyone has an opinion, you know. But if you keep getting jobs and if the directors are happy, then yeah.
Ha a rendező boldog, ez számít.
Üdvözlöm! Azt szeretném megkérdezni a Trónok harcával kapcsolatban, hogy amikor ezt a szerepet játszotta, hogy melyik karakter volt az, aki sokat játszott és szeretett, szívesen játszott vele, az a kérdés. Az lenne a kérdés, hogy...
So the question in Game of Thrones, did you have a favorite character or actor to cooperate with?
Oh, I mean the kids were cute. I loved working with Ellie. Ellie Kendrick, am I saying her name right? She was the other one, like, we joined together. She's the girl that I did the rabbits with.
I'm sorry, could you repeat it please?
I'm sorry, Ellie Kendrick. Ellie Kendrick.
There you go.
Yes, her, that I ripped the rabbits with. I had a really good connection with her, I had a lot of fun with her.
Ellie Kendricken nagyon jól tudtam együtt dolgozni, főleg amikor nyilakat boncoltunk együtt.
But I also made some good friends that weren't in my universe in Game of Thrones, because we were all in the same hotel, so we had so much fun.
És nagyon jól éreztük magunkat, mert ugyanabban a szállóban voltunk elszállásra, úgyhogy jól voltunk együtt.
Yeah, like I kept a lot of friends from that still, from just the hotel and drinking and having fun in Belfast.
És velük még mostanáig is jó barátságban vagyok.
Thank you.
Hello, my question is regarding The Mandalorian. One of the biggest technical breakthroughs of that series was the volume. So my question is if you worked in the volume, and how does it compare to to a green screen and a real set? How is it different?
A Mandalorian egyik legnagyobb technikai áttörése a volume volt. Az a kérdés, hogy ez hogy hasonlítható össze mondjuk a green screen-es munkákkal.
It is magic. It's fucking wizard stuff.
Varázslat.
It's one word, love it. The room is all these tiny screens, and the perspective moves with the camera, and it's just it's life changing for an actress. Like I am you do less work. You're not imagining as much. It's there. And I think it comes from gaming, right? I think it's yeah. I hope they do this with everything.
És a legjobb az egészben az, hogy mivel a perspektíva együtt mozog kamerával, a színésznek kevesebb munkája van, kevesebb mindent kell elképzelnie maga elé, így nagyon sokat segít munkában, és minthogyha a gamingből jönne át a technológia, nem?
How did you react when you knew that your character in Harry Potter is gonna die?
Oh my goodness.
Well, I've died in lots of things before.
Sok mindenben meghaltam már korábban.
But I was really hoping that I would get a death falling off a broomstick and being a hero. I wish I could have got a more gruesome, bloody death.
Abban reménykedtem, hogy egy kicsit véresebb lesz a halálom, leesek meg seprűnyi örökök valami hasonló.
Thank you for your question. Very good question. Hello.
If I would be a genie and you would have a wish, which character, which your role, any movie, any character, which would be your really dream to play? I know it, sorry, I know.
Az állam karakter, hogyha ő lenne a Jin, aki Natalia kívánságát teljesíti, milyen szerepet kap, adna meg neki?
I think it's just because I've never done it, but I really want to be a queen.
Nagyon szeretnék királynőt játszani.
Any queen.
Bárki.
In like some period drama. I want to know what that feels like. I've never done something like that, so maybe that. But also there's a book called Wool by Hugh Howey, and I think they're now making it into a series, but I would have loved to have been Juliet, the lead character in that.
Nagyon szeretnék királynőt játszani egy történelmi drámában, amit én csináltam, viszont van egy Hugh Howey kötet, amit most alakítanak sorozattá, abban nagyon szerettem volna Juliettet a főkaraktert eljátszani.
Hello, we know here. Okay, we know that Nymphadora was sorted into Hufflepuff, but what house are you?
Yeah, so I did, and I am Hufflepuff as well. But I don't really understand. I feel like it's like Hufflepuff is just where they put the kids that they don't know where the fuck to put the rest of them. You know, there's like the brave ones, the evil ones, the clever ones, fucking them. Like they're a bit like. Yeah, well, I mean, or just weird, like the art class. You know, I feel like it's that, isn't it?
Szóval, hogy Natalia is Budapest, és Nymphadora úgy szintén, de az a kérdés, hogy ugye megcsinálta a tesztet, de van egy olyan érzése, mintha a Budapest lenne az a ház, ahova mindenki más kerül, a bátrak, a gonoszak, az okosak, meg a maradék.
Who's your favorite character in Harry Potter franchise?
I love Bellatrix. Because I love Helena Bonham Carter. Like when I was I don't know how old, 14, 15, 16, whenever Fight Club came out, I watched Fight Club on repeat. I love her acting, I think she's amazing.
Azért szeretem Bellatrixot, mert imádom Helena Bonham Cartert. Amikor 10 éves voltam és kijött a Harcosok klubja, akkor azt folyamatosan ismételően néztem, mert annyira el voltam varázsolva tőle.
According to the news, there is going to be a new Harry Potter product in a production.
Apparently, yeah.
Series maybe or movie? I don't know.
I think it's a series, and I think it's HBO.
Yeah. The question is, would you see yourself making an appearance in this?
I mean, I'm now much older than my character, but I'd love to be a teacher. Maybe I'm like old enough now to like work at Hogwarts, which would be pretty fucking cool. I think I'd love that job.
A kérdés az, hogy van egy új Harry Potter sorozat, amiből talán az HBO csinál majd a sorozatot, és szeretne megjelenni benne. Igen, bár Nymphadora nem egy kicsit idősebb vagyok, de hát ha egy tanárpozíciót meg tudok csinálni.
I would like to ask what was the first film you played in?
Az első film, sorry. Az első film, amiben játszottál.
It was called About a Boy, and it had Toni Collette in it, who's a fantastic actress, and Hugh Grant, who's very good as well.
A film címe egy fiúról, és egy fantasztikus színészekkel és Hugh Grant-tel játszott együtt.
Hi, more recently you appeared in John Wick Chapter 4, where you played this very cool Russian chick, but you didn't have any extra scenes. Can you picture yourself doing the same stuff as Keanu Reeves?
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, with the right stunt team, and obviously sometimes you have doubles, but yeah, I was very sad to not have any fight scenes. My kind of challenge was learning Russian, which was hard for me.
A kérdés az, hogy megjelent az új John Wick filmben egy orosz nőt játszva, és a legabbat akciójeleneteket szeretne ilyesmiben játszani. Igen, persze megfelelő kaszkadőrökkel, dublőrökkel, miért is nem. Az én kihívásom most az volt, hogy megtanuljak oroszul.
Hi Natalia, welcome to Hungary.
Hi.
And I liked your TV show Origin.
Oh, yeah! That was a great job. I love doing that job.
Yes, and my question is, do you know anything about the possible second season or?
I was. Oh, sorry.
A kérdés az, hogy játszott egy Origin című sorozatban. Az a kérdés, hogy van-e esély egy második évadra?
So, we were all heartbroken, and it was it 2019? They wouldn't do season 2, but I think YouTube wouldn't sell it to another platform either, so we couldn't make it. I loved that job. The writer is a friend of mine called Mika, who is incredible. Everything, like working in South Africa and the script and the universe. Yeah, I was really sad when that didn't get season 2. Maybe, I mean, who knows? Maybe one day they'll sell it and we can do it.
Imádtam azon dolgozni, és teljesen összetörtünk, amikor kiderült, hogy nem lesz második évad, hiszen a YouTube nem adta el másik társaságnak a jogokat, de nagyon szerettem dolgozni, imádtam az írót, szerettem Dél-Afrikában dolgozni, reménykedünk ha lesz második évad.
Hi!
Hello!
Hello!
Egy olyan tehetséges színészűnek, mint neked, sikeresen módon barátságot kötöd a szakmai téren, a színésztársaitól. És kik ők?
As a successful actress,
I'm kind of mid-low.
But the question is, have you managed to make friends among actors?
Yeah. Most jobs, you're lucky if you take one actor from each job. One person, one friend.
A legjobb az, hogyha akkor is szerencsésnek érzed magad, hogyha egy munkából legalább egy valakivel.
And it's not always an actor, it can be sometimes be a makeup artist or, you know.
És ez nem mindig színész, lehet egy sminkes.
But the world of being self-employed, all of that, it's very hard to maintain friendships because everyone's going to different parts of the world all the time. But I try, there's usually one person from each job that I keep close relationship with, or try to.
És mivel a színészet egy elég magányos munka, az ember a világ minden táján dolgozik, ezért nagyon nehéz fenntartani ezeket a kapcsolatokat, de az ember próbálkozik, és ha szerencsés, akkor meg is maradnak.
Hi, Natalie.
Hey.
Actually, it's not a question. It's rather a little tiny request, if that's okay. You were talking about your friends. I bet that includes Alfie Allen, who played Theon in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he's lovely. I haven't seen him for a while, but he's awesome.
Oh, okay, thank you. So my request would be, the next time you see him, could you please tell him if he doesn't show up on our Comic Con in 2024 or a bit later, I'll give that to him. I'll be personally releasing a Kraken on his favorite team stadium.
Sure. I mean, the best person to tell him that is a manager. Find his manager online.
A kérdés az volt, hogy 2024-ben Alfie Allennek meg kell jelennie a Magyar Comic Conon, mert ha nem, akkor Krakenek fognak elszabadulni. Legegyszerűbb megoldás erre az, hogy az ember beszél a menedzserével.
There's a few more.
Hi.
Oh, hello. This side, hello.
I would like to ask about Origin too.
Yeah.
First, I would like to recommend everyone to watch it
Thank you.
if they are not scared too much.
Yeah, it is a bit scary, isn't it?
Without spoiling what happening in the series, I tried to ask, so without spoiling.
Yeah.
Were you told from the beginning?
Yeah, okay.
Or somewhere in the middle?
In the middle. I was told somewhere in the middle, the kind of arc, yeah.
It must have been very challenging to act.
No, it was fucking great. I had so much fun. No, the challenge was the stunts. Like the stunts and being in the water for ages. There's this, being in cold water for long periods of time. It's hard. It's really hard. So that.
Thank you.
A kérdés az, hogy egyrészt is mindenki nézze meg az Origin-t, főleg akkor, hogyha nem félősek. A kérdés az, hogy anélkül, hogy túl sok mindent elmondanák a történetről, mikor tudta meg Natalia, hogy mi fog történni? A válasz az, hogy valamikor a közepén, de ez nem nehezítette meg a munkáját, imádta azt, amit csinál. A kaszkadői mutatványok voltak kicsit nehezek, meg az, hogy rengeteget volt hideg vízben.
Hi, hello.
Hey.
My question is, how did you prepare to role of Thomas? What exercise you had to do? Have you read the books or you read them?
I read the books, I watched the films. I can't really remember, it was so long ago, I can't remember that one. Like Game of Thrones I have more of an idea in this one, but I can't remember. I think, and also a lot of, sorry.
A kérdés az volt, hogy Tom szerepére milyen módon készült fel, elolvasta a könyveket, megnézte a filmeket. Nem emlékszem rá, mert egy kicsit régen volt már, Osár egy kicsit jobban rémlik, de...
But yeah, sometimes a lot, you prepare a lot as an actor and then you think, fuck, I'm not ready yet. And then you go on set and they put the makeup and the costume and it's like, oh, so much of who you're going to be is actually helped by everyone around you. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yes, sorry, one more and I will give it away.
Szóval a kérdés az, hogy amikor az ember egy szerepre készül, akkor egy csomószor van egy olyan érzésem, hogy még nincsen, még nem áll készen rá, de amikor megérkezik a setbe, ráadják a kosztümöt, megkapja a sminket, akkor úgy érzi, hogy készen van. Rengeteg, a szerepnek rengeteg nagy része abból jön, hogy kik veszik körül.
Thanks. Really one more. And do you know or do you feel that how many people have support because of that role you played? Like mental support or school support?
A kérdés az, hogy érzi-e, hogy a szerepei mennyire sok embernek adnak mentális vagy lelki segítséget.
I know this not from my character, just the world of Harry Potter. One of my best friends, Johnny Fury, I love this woman so much. She discovered Harry Potter before she met me.
Én nagyon jó barátnőm, Johnny Fury, még azelőtt fedezte fel a Harry Pottert, hogy találkozott volna velem.
And she had a bad time in hospital for a bit. And Harry Potter she was given the books and it made her see the, like, not see the light, but it got her through the dark period. So I realized that for a lot of people, Harry Potter is amazing because, like, sorry.
Thank you. És Johnny egy darabig kórházban volt, és nem érezte jól magát, és amikor megkapta a könyveket, a Harry Potter könyveket, ezek segítették át a pozitívabb oldalra, és emiatt később, amikor beszéltünk erről, jöttem rá arra, hogy Harry Potter mennyi mindenkinek segít.
Yeah, because Harry Potter deals with themes like child abuse. I mean, literally, he's getting abused by his foster family, and it deals with death, and these themes are really important, especially growing up, you know, knowing that maybe sometimes your blood family isn't going to be your family. Your family can sometimes be your friends, and bad things are going to happen, but friends will help you through it. And I think that's a great thing for especially kids and young adults to start learning, you know?
És a Harry Potter nagyon komoly témákkal is foglalkozik, mint például a gyerekabúzus, hiszen a Harry befogadó családja konkrét az abuzálja őt. Ezért felnőve ezek nagyon komoly tanulságok lehetnek az embernek, hogy nem biztos, hogy a úgynevezett vérszerinti családod lesz az idei családod, lehet, hogy azok a barátaid lesz.
Hi, Zoli. Az én kérdésem az lenne, hogy Alan Rickmanről azt mondták a Harry Potterben játszó gyerekek, hogy nagyon féltek tőle, mert olyan karaktert játszott, hogy a szünetben is még benne maradt a karakterében, de közben egy nagyon támogató színész volt, hogy ez mennyire igaz, hogy féltek tőle a szünetek alatt is.
So the question is, in Harry Potter, obviously, Alan Rickman was a major, forced major, and he played a terrifying character, and sometimes after shoots, he had to stay in character, and that meant that the kids on set were afraid of him, maybe?
I have no idea. I wasn't in Hogwarts. So I didn't meet him. I think I saw him once, but I didn't get to know it. I didn't know.
Sajnos nem tudom, mert nem találkoztam vele, hiszen a Rosszportban sem voltam. Sorry to hear that.
It's okay. I think our time is up.
Can we please give a big round of applause to this man? Yes! Yeah, Tina, thank you.
Thank you very much for being here. It was
Thanks, guys, and
awesome.
come and see me if you want somewhere. I don't know where. Bye, guys.
Thank you very much. Egy hatalmas nagy tapsot szeretnénk kérni.
Starting to get kinda hungry and drinking up all my mineral water, I started to scope the area for some food stalls. But judging from past cons, those were always ridiculously expensive, so I hope to find something better inside. However,
NANI?
2,500 for a hot dog? What in the... I mean seriously, 2,500 for a single hot dog? What the... After finding some cheaper alternatives, I wanted to check out some of the afternoon programs when I encountered possibly one of the coolest things I saw at the whole event. I didn't get to see the cosplay competition, but this guy totally won it in my book. I managed to attend a discussion about 3 young Hungarian comic book artists who just started to publish their first works, as well as another panel where the topic was the creative process behind producing a comic book. It was very entertaining as the acclaimed comic book artist Eduardo Risso was drawing live on stage while the discussion was happening. The last program of the day was a conversation with conductor Gábor Hollerung, who does movie and game soundtrack concerts next to classical ones. After that, I went on my way to find my hotel and to have a good night's sleep before the next day. Day 2 recap coming soon!